Welcome to week 40 of the Bible in 365. We're entering the fourth quarter of the year, which means we're coming down the home stretch. And I'm so grateful that you've persevered and that you're staying with us as we go through the final quarter of the year in the Bible. We're continuing our readings in the prophet Isaiah this week. And in the first week of readings, you've perhaps noticed that Isaiah has a penchant for poetry. Much of Isaiah's prophecy is poetic, and so he uses comparison and contrast, he uses metaphor, he uses symbolism as ways to convey his message. And you've noticed already there's this counterbalancing messaging. There's prophecy of judgment and woe over the people of Jerusalem, over the people of Judah. There's prophecy against some of the nations. And those things get counterbalanced by these prophecies of hope that promise God's mercy and forgiveness, that promise a coming day of restoration. And we see this back and forth. Now, as you're continuing to read Isaiah this week, I want you to begin to look for something. And specifically, I want you to begin to look for Jesus in Isaiah. Did you know that in the New Testament, there is no prophet that is quoted more frequently than Isaiah? And there are numerous prophecies of Isaiah that are interpreted as being fulfilled in the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus. Let me share just a few of those with you. So in Isaiah 7:14, we read this week a prophecy of a virgin giving birth. And of course, we know that Matthew and Luke tell us that Mary, the mother of Jesus, was a virgin. Or, for example, in Isaiah 9, which you read this week, it says that the Messiah's ministry will begin in Galilee. And of course, in Matthew 4, we see Jesus beginning his ministry in Galilee. Or in Isaiah 35, which we'll read soon, it describes that the Messiah will perform miraculous healings. The deaf will hear, the lame will walk, the mute will speak. And we see throughout the Gospels all of these miraculous healings performed by Jesus. Or in Isaiah 40, it says that the Messiah will be preceded by a coming messenger. And in the opening of Mark's Gospel, we see that John the Baptist is interpreted as the fulfillment of Isaiah 40. Or in Isaiah 42:6, it says that the Messiah will be a light to the Gentiles. And of course, in Luke 2, we see prophecy over Jesus, in which Jesus will bring hope to the Gentiles. And perhaps most famously, Isaiah 53 predicts that the Messiah will come as a suffering servant who will be wounded and pierced for the transgressions of the world. And in the passion narratives of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, we see Jesus in that role of suffering servant. Now, the people of Isaiah's day would not have been able to connect the dots. They obviously didn't know Jesus. And so these prophecies, they have meaning to the people of Isaiah's day, but they have special meaning to us who know Jesus. When the New Testament writers encountered the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus, it caused them to look back upon the prophecy of Isaiah differently. So this week, I want you to keep your eyes open for Christ-like images, for echoes of Jesus all throughout Isaiah. Maybe even keep notes of passages where you see predictions of the coming of Christ. All right, I pray that your readings in Isaiah continue to bless you, and I look forward to seeing you right back here next week for more of the Bible in 365.